Imagine this, Yuri sitting on your porch at dusk, the world slowing down around you, and a lifetime of memories floods in, not the big wins or loud losses, but the quiet moments you didn't see coming. The ones that slipped through your fingers like sand. I am 78 now, and I've lived long enough to know that wisdom isn't just about what you do right, it's about what you wish you'd done differently. Today, I am sharing 5 costly mistakes I made in my later years, mistakes that dimmed my golden days more than they had to. But this isn't about regret, it's about lighting a path for you, so you don't stumble where I did. Stick with me through this long, winding tale, because by the end, you'll not only see what to avoid but how to build a life that glows with purpose, even when the years pile up. Let us dive in. My voice might shake a little, but my lessons are steady as stone. Mistake number 1, handing my life to others without a fight. When my husband passed 10 years ago, I felt like a ship cut loose in a storm. I didn't know where to steer, so I handed the wheel to my kids. I put my eldest son's name on the house deed, thought it'd make things easier. I added my daughter to my bank account so she could pay the bills. It felt like love, like trust. But here's what I didn't see: trust without boundaries is a slow surrender. They weren't cruel, no, my kids are good people, but they got busy. Life took over. Soon, I'd hear, "We've got it handled, Mom," instead of, "What do you think?" My voice faded, not because they took it, but because I gave it away. One day, I wanted to buy a new recliner, nothing fancy, just something comfy for my old bones. Couldn't do it. Needed a signature that wasn't mine. I sat in my kitchen that night, tears dripping into my tea, realizing I'd traded control for convenience. It wasn't about the money or the chair, it was about dignity. I had to claw it back, sit my kids down, and say, "This is still my life." They didn't mean harm, they just didn't know how much I needed to hold the reins. Now, let me stretch this out with a story from my past. Back in 7-2, I worked as a seamstress in a little shop downtown. My boss, Miss Clara, was 65 then, widowed too. She'd tell me, "Never let anyone sew your life's pattern for you, dear." You pick the thread. That I nodded, but I didn't get it until I was her age. See, us older folks, we've got this habit of leaning on family because we raised them, fed them, loved them. But love doesn't mean they get to run the show. I've seen friends sign over power of attorney too soon, only to end up in nursing homes they didn't choose. Me? I learned late, but I learned. Keep help close, hire a bookkeeper, ask for advice, but don't hand over your pen. Yuri still writing your story. If this hits home, drop a #1 in the comments. And if Yuri new here, hit subscribe and that bell. I've got more wisdom to share, and I'd hate for you to miss it. Mistake number 2, letting loneliness sneak in like an old friend. After my husband's funeral, folks came around, neighbors with casseroles, friends with cards. It was a warm blur. But then the quiet settled in, thick as fog. At first, I liked it. No one asking me how I was every 5 minutes. Just me and my thoughts. But here's the thing about silence: it's a guest that overstays its welcome. I started saying no to things. No, I want to join the book club. No, I am too tired for church. Soft no's, polite numbers. I didn't mean to push people away, I just didn't want to be a burden. Months turned into years, and the invites dried up. I'd taught the world I was fine alone, but I wasn't. I'd eat supper staring at an empty chair, no one to laugh with, no one to argue with over the remote. Loneliness didn't crash in, it crept, slow and gray, until my days felt like faded photographs. I remember one winter, snow piling up outside, and I hadn't spoken to a soul in 3 days. Not sad, exactly, just hollow. Let me take you back to 85 for a minute. I had a neighbor, Mrs. Evie, pushing 80 then. She'd lost her husband too, but every Sunday, she'd hobble to bingo night with her cane and a grin. "Gotta keep the blood moving," she'd say. I'd roll my eyes. Bingo, wasn't he my thing, but now I see it. She wasn't he just playing games, she was playing life. Me, I let the game stop. Took me too long to figure out loneliness and strength it as a thief. I started small to fix it, waving at the mailman, saying yes to coffee with a friend. Little stitches in a torn quilt. It's not easy, but it's worth it. You've got to fight that quiet, folks. Say yes sometimes, even when your bones ache or your heart's heavy. Call someone. Join something. Don't let the world forget you're here. Feeling this one? Comment #2 below. And if you're not subscribed yet, join me, hit that button and the bell so we can keep this journey going together. Mistake number 3, turning a blind eye to my money. My husband, God rest him, was the numbers man. Bills, taxes, insurance, he handled it all. When he died, I figured the system would just keep running. Dumb, right? I didn't open statements for months. When I did, it was like reading Greek. Bills piled up late. Penalties nibbled at my savings. One insurance policy lapsed, and I didn't even notice until the roof leaked and I had no coverage. Pride kept me quiet. I was 75, for heaven's sake, too old to admit I was lost. Then came the scam. A smooth-talking fella on the phone said my account was compromised. I gave him too much, lost a chunk of cash I couldn't spare. Didn't tell my kids, didn't want them thinking I was frail. But the stress? Lord, it ate me alive. Finally, I swallowed my ego and asked my daughter to sit with me. We sorted it. Autopay, a financial advisor, canceled some sneaky subscriptions I didn't need. Took guts to ask, but it gave me peace. Rewind to 6/8. My Aunt Ruth, she was 70-something, lived alone after Uncle Pete passed. She'd brag about her independence, but one day, she found out her savings were gone, bank fees she never checked. Should ve asked sooner, she told me, voice cracking. I didn't listen then, but I get it now. Money's not just dollars, it's freedom. You can't ignore it, not at 20, not at 80. Get help if you need it. Swallow the pride. It's not about weakness, it's about keeping your head above water. If this rings a bell, pop a #3 in the comments. And hey, subscribe and tap that bell. I've got more stories to keep you sharp. Mistake number 4, letting bitterness build a wall around my heart. I didn't think I was angry after he died, just disappointed. The friend who skipped the funeral. The cousin who never called. Little cuts I let fester. I'd replay old fights in my head, clutch grudges like keepsakes. It spilled out, sometimes snapped at my grandson once when he broke a vase. Saw his little face crumple, and it hit me, that wasn't about the vase. It was a heaviness I'd let grow. Bitterness is sneaky. It doesn't shout, it whispers. Makes every slight feel personal, every silence feel cold. I didn't fix it fast. Took sleepless nights, a journal, and a grief group to start letting go. I even called a friend I'd iced out, said, I miss you. We had lunch. Laughed. It wasn't instant, but it softened me. Back in 7/9, I knew a lady, Miss Doris, who'd lost her son. She turned hard, snapped at everyone, lived alone with her cats. Died bitter at 82. I didn't want that. See, hurt's real, but you don't have to let it own you. Write it down. Talk it out. Forgive, even if it's just for you. Life's too short even at my age to carry that weight. This one touch you? Drop a #4 in the comments. And if you're enjoying this, subscribe and hit the bell. Let us keep unpacking life together. Mistake number 5, closing the door on new beginnings. After he was gone, I shut down. Church felt loud. Classes felt silly. I am too old for that, I'd say. Days blurred, robe on, soup from a can, TV droning. I didn't see it shrinking my world. Then I found an old postcard he'd written, still so much to explore. It shook me. I signed up for a cooking demo at the senior center, nervous as a kid on the first day of school. Met a gal there, June, widowed too. We swapped stories, recipes. Made me realize, life doesn't stop unless you let it. In 6'5", my mom 7'0" then took up painting after dad died. Her watercolors weren't masterpieces, but her smile was. I forgot that lesson for a while. Comfort's nice, but curiosity keeps you alive. Step out, try a class, a club, a walk. New joyous out there, even for us old-timers. Feel inspired? Comment #5 below. And if you're not subscribed, join me, hit that button and bell so we can chase new chapters together. These mistakes, trusting too much, hiding in silence, dodging money, nursing grudges, fearing the new, they're not rare. They're quiet traps us seniors fall into, especially after loss. But here's the gold, every stumble's a chance to stand taller. Keep your voice. Seek connection. Face the numbers. Heal the hurts. Open the door. It's not too late, not at 70, 80, or beyond. My path has been crooked, but it's still mine, and yours is too. I hope you've stuck with me through this long ramble. It's my heart on a platter, served with a side of hard-earned truth. If it's helped you, leave a comment. What's one lesson you'll take forward? And please, subscribe and hit that bell. I am not done sharing yet. Your support keeps this old soul talking, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one.